Are film festivals worth it? I'm gonna tell you right now, it is a yes and no answer. Let's go on a hike and discuss it. I'm gonna share with you my years and years of film festival experience and whether it's moved the needle for my filmmaking career. That is really the answer you're seeking. Is it worth it for my career? Is it gonna get me to the next level? Well, some festivals, yes. Most festivals, no. That is the reality. So let's just jump right in, shall we? Some of them are very, very worth it, but the number of film festivals that can actually make a difference for you, for your career, very, very small. Most film festivals will do nothing for you. Nothing, except willingly take your money. That is the truth. A lot of these festivals, completely useless, will do nothing for you. The film festival, of course, makes money from the people submitting, right? The filmmakers, the producers, the people who are paying $50, $75, $100 to submit their movie for judgment. Now, the percentage of movies that do get in versus, the submissions they get, very, very small. The reality is, though, most film festivals are, I don't want to say the word predatory, but are banking on the fact that a filmmaker is desperate to get attention for their work and will submit to any and every festival just to get a little exposure for their movie. Nowadays, everybody's making a movie. It's much harder to get noticed, to get known, to get distribution, much less distribution that pays, I should say. And festivals at least carry still the sheen of, hey, my movie played here. Here's my laurel leaves. I won best thriller, whatever, which that happened to me. So when you go to a distributor, you say, hey, look what I got. Look how cool I am. Or at least look, my movie's been vouched by this festival and that festival. But the reality is, and I don't even know if this is a real festival. I'm not naming any festivals, but let's say the Kentucky Underground Horror Film Festival is going to mean fuck all to a distributor because there's just no real cachet in film festivals anymore. Back in the day, in the 90s, you would go to Sundance, you would do Telluride, you would do, all these big film festivals, Austin Film Festival, all these things made a difference to a lot of filmmakers' careers. Nowadays, honestly, all those festivals are very, very political. Movies that only get in, the ones you hear about, are the ones that have the Florence Pughs and the big, the Ethan Hawkes and the big celebrity names. Sure, a couple of smaller movies go to those festivals, but they are, for the most part, positioned by agents, managers, people who have been there before, or an actor who knows the festival runners. It's all political at this day and age. So film festivals, for somebody just starting out, you make an indie movie in your backyard, hey, you think this is pretty damn good, I want the world to see it, you want to get it out there, your chances of getting it to Sundance are almost, 0.000000000 infinite, because it's so hard. Everybody's trying to get into Sundance. Sundance is super selective nowadays. Then you got Telluride, Venice. There's no way you're going to get into something like this unless you've got a big name talent or a big studio backing it. Oh, it's an independent movie, but this thing's already been bought by A24 or Lionsgate or whatever, and they're just marketing it as an independent movie that needs the festival circuit. That's the reality of it. You will not get your small indie dream project into a massive festival unless you've got some cachet already attached. So what does that mean for somebody just starting out? Unfortunately, very little. I'm going to tell you my experiences real quick. I got into a couple of film festivals with my first two films. They were not big festivals, but they were the ones that I submitted to everything. Got into a handful of festivals. We played New York, we played Vegas. All those movies played theatrically. We got one-time screening. One of my movies won Best Thriller at this festival, which is kind of like, they had Best Thriller, Best Horror, Best Suspense. So it was kind of like everybody gets a participation award kind of a thing. At least that's kind of how it felt to me. But maybe, again, I've been at it for a while. I'm a little more cynical to how things run. I can kind of see the wizard behind the curtain situation. That didn't help me at all to get distribution, by the way. None of those festivals opened doors for me or, made it easier to get through to the next round of distributors. None of that. As a matter of fact, I don't think it hurt it, but it certainly hurt my bottom line because I had funded the movie and I was funding this festival run and I was just bleeding money, only to, end up with distribution that didn't pay any of it back. So not only did I lose money, but I don't think I gained anything from it beyond the fact that, I got some laurel leaves and I sort of played in a festival and I, got to play in theaters, I guess, to like an audience of 4 people. It's demoralizing, it's debilitating, but that's the reality of it. Festivals nowadays do very little. Even back in the day when I started in the 2000s, early 2000s, 2001, 2002 is when I started my festival kind of run. It did not do anything for me beyond what I was hoping it would do for me. Like Kevin Smith in the 90s, Sundance Sundance, all those things, I mean, they blew up, and those opportunities were there. Festivals were actively looking for filmmakers. Movies weren't at least, I mean, they were a product, but they weren't as much of a product or commodity as they are nowadays. So, long story short, is a film festival worth it? Yes, if you're at the start of your career, you're an indie filmmaker, and you're just looking to get some exposure, some audience time, some reviews, just some word of mouth. I mean, it doesn't necessarily hurt you if you're coming from nothing. It doesn't hurt you at all, except it will bleed your bank account. So keep that in mind. It is an expense, but it's almost more like you're paying for the chance to maybe get a little bit of prestige, but don't expect it to get you distribution, because a lot of these film festivals, I'll tell you right now, have 0 distributors attending, and they say, oh, we'll send your movie to distributors to take a look at. They may do that, but distributors will almost never, ever look at those. So if you're looking for a little heat, maybe a little industry feedback, it's fine, but don't expect to start your career that way. Festivals do very, very little for you. That is the honest truth. If you're an established filmmaker, let's say you've got 1 or 2 movies under your belt, you want to submit your next movie in it, then you kind of know what a festival will do. I think they are pointless. What I would rather do if I were you, I would submit my movie to the distributors themselves. A lot of them will either take it, as a screener, hey, yes, we'll check it out. Of course, you have to pitch it, send in a query letter and all that. You can't just send the movie in. Don't do that. But you can send in a query letter pitch and say, hey, I've got a film. It stars this and this person. It's whatever, 90 minutes, blah, blah, blah. And I would love to send it to you for consideration for distribution. And distributors, serious ones who are looking for stuff, will take a look. Or get a sales agent. That's where I think your money should go. Hire a sales agent who will contact the right people, who know the right people, who may even know a couple festivals and give you a little prestige play, maybe even play out of competition. But that's probably a safer bet. Get a sales agent or reach out to companies that handle bulk, independent films, things like that. There's a lot of places out there. My first few films that got distributed was what I was doing right now, sending query letters to the distributors. Like I said, festivals did very, very little for me, but reaching out to the distributors, the people who actually put the movies out, who actually make a difference in your career, are the distributors. So reach out to them individually. Avoid the film festival circuit. It's really just empty platitudes to pat yourself on the back. Hey, I got into the Roanoke Colony underground science fiction an AI robot contest. It's going to mean very little to you, except it'll make you feel good that somebody liked your movie enough to show it. But it's ultimately going to be an expense that you don't need to spend. So, film festivals, are they worth it? Not really. That's my 2 cents. My friend, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you're well. Do me a favor, if you haven't done it yet, consider subscribing so you and I can chat movies again. Thanks for coming on this hike with me. I hope this video has found you well. Leave a thumbs up on your way out the door. I will see you soon. And I have a good feeling about you. I wish you the best of luck. Let's get it.